Everyone, today we are going to deal with the second property of LTI system, that is distributive property. The first property which we dealt was commutative. Today we are going to discuss distributive property. This is the second property which we are going to deal. This property is very much well known to you. In mathematics you might have learnt like this. Whenever you have three variables, if this is the condition a multiplied by b plus c, then you can have the distribution like this: a multiplied by b plus a multiplied by c. So the same rule we are going to apply even for convolution. Here we have used multiplication with summation. Instead of multiplication we are going to use convolution. If you have the signal x of n, convolution of two different impulse responses h1 and h2, because we need to use two different variables, then how you can distribute this is x of n convolved with h1 of n plus x of n convolved with h2 of n. So this is the property, and the same distributive property applies even for continuous time. This property I have written for discrete time. Similarly, you can write it for continuous time. How you can write? X of t convolved with h1 of t plus h2 of t. This how to distribute? X of t convolved with h1 of t plus x of t convolved with h2 of t. So this is for continuous time. So let us try to prove this property. Let us take first discrete time. As you can observe, we have input x of n here, and there are two different impulse responses, okay, which are added. So summation is also there, convolution is also there. There is one input signal and there are two impulse responses. So in order to justify this, let us consider an LTI system with x of n as the input, h1 and h2 as the impulse responses, and they are added, okay, because we want summation. They are added and finally we are getting the output. Now let us try to prove. According to this block diagram, what will be y1 of n? y1 of n is equal to x of n convolved with h of n. Convolution of x and h1 will give you y1. Similarly, how to write y2? y2 of n is x of n convolved with h2 of n. According to the block diagram, we have written these two equations, okay. And finally, what is y of n? y of n is equal to y1 of n plus y2 of n. Just we will try to substitute both here. What is y1? Just now we have formed these y1 and y2 from the block diagram. Substitute those values: x of n convolved with h1 of n plus x of n convolved with h2 of n. So this is the equation we got from the block diagram. If you observe this, it is the RHS part of our distributive property: x convolved with h1 plus x convolved with h2, x convolved with h1 plus x convolved with h2, okay. This is your RHS, okay. Now let us move on, and we will try to do some substitutions over here. According to this, y of n is equal to x convolved with h1. For convolution, we will write the formula. Summation k from minus to plus infinity. First signal is x and second signal is h1 of n minus k. Earlier we used to write h of n minus k as a general formula. Here impulse response is h1. This is first part. This convolution we have written the formula, plus even for second convolution we will try to write the formula. Summation k from minus to plus infinity x of k. Here the impulse is h2, so it is h2 of n minus k. So just instead of convolution we have written the convolution sum formula. Okay, after this what all rearrangements we can do? Summation and x of k, in both the terms we can take common. Take that minus to plus infinity x of k, it is common. What is remaining in the first bracket? In the first term these two are common, h1 of n minus k, plus in the second these two are common, h2 of n minus k. So if you take summation and x common, you are remaining with this. Now again if you observe, it is looking like one convolution formula. If you observe it, again this is one convolution formula wherein it is the summation of first signal multiplied with impulse is the sum of two impulses, n minus k and n minus k. Even though there is a shift, so it is the summation. Let me write it one more time just for your understanding. So it is also a convolution sum formula just like this. Summation first signal, second signals shift. Summation first signal, second signal shift. So like that, summation first signal and the second signal shift, but second signal is a combination of two different signals, h1 and h2. So can we write this in terms of convolution? This is equal to first signal is x of n, x, and the second signal, it is the convolution of second signal h1 of n plus h2 of n. Okay, just like how convolution is defined in formula, the formula is defined in convolution. That's it. Okay, we started with a block diagram with two impulses. For this individual y1, y2, we have written the equations. Final y equation, sum of two outputs. Then what is y1 and y2? We have substituted, and instead of convolution we have written the equations. Then making some mathematical rearrangements, taking few things common, we got this. Now this is again a convolution sum formula. So we have written first signal x convolved with second signal h1 plus h2. So if you observe this, it is your distributive properties LHS. X of n convolved with h1 plus h2. X of n convolved with h1 plus h2. This is your LHS part. So we started with RHS, we ended with LHS. So from equation 1 and 2, you can observe that both are equal. So how will you write this in terms of a block? Generally, you can write it. I'm talking about this. Okay, x of n is the input. This is your impulse h1 plus H2 impulse. It is actually your y of n. Y of n is equal to x convolved with h1 plus h2. So x is the input, h1 plus h2 is the impulse, y is the output. So these two block diagrams are equivalent. Okay. This is about the distributive property of convolution. Thank you.